Hi, I'm Bill Woodard. Welcome to the April edition of the Chamber Corner, and we're here at the El Corral Restaurant. Got a good show lined up for you, a lot of good information, and I'm going to go over a few community events that are going on before we get into the show itself. Second Harvest Food Truck is April the 10th and April the 24th. That's the second and fourth Wednesday in May, and we do that at the Ag Center, and we do that every month. So just check at the chamber if you want to find out for specific times about that. Also, I'm going to step back up to May 4th, but River City Ball is May the 11th at the Catisa Farms. They've still got tickets available, and it's on their Facebook page. And so if you got any questions about that, you can call us at the chamber, but you can still go to the River City Ball. And then I just found out May the 4th, what was it, the joke, that May the 4th be with you. Evidently, that's a day they celebrate Star Wars. There's also something else going on. Miss Teresa Bush is putting on the Tennessee Maneuvers celebration, and that's taking place on the courthouse lawn and in the courthouse general area there in Carthage, Tennessee. And what this does celebrates what the World War II veterans and what they did for us during World War II and how the maneuvers were held here in Middle Tennessee. And that is quite exciting and interesting about how they do that. In fact, I was watching CBS News here a couple of weeks ago and they were talking about the Ghost Army. Well, Teresa and the Maneuvers folks, they have a section on the Ghost Army about what they did and how they trained here in Tennessee. They've got exhibits on display. It starts at 10 o'clock with Reveille, trumpeter Les McDonald, and then they're going to do the pledge, flag raising, anthem, and a welcome by Miss Teresa. And then they've got exhibits and displays that are open, and they're going to have military vehicles. They've got a machine gun nest. There's going to be singing, military vehicle rides. There's a weapons display, quilt of valor presentations. They're going to have other people singing, rationing, and salvaging explained. They've got a lot of demonstrations going on. A machine gun demonstration, that ought to be interesting. And it's going to go to 4 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, they're going to have a USO-style dance there at the courthouse. So you'll want to be involved in that. And then I'd like to add that May the 23rd, we're having our annual chamber banquet. And it's going to be at the Ag Center over in South Carthage. And the annual chamber banquet this year, we have our speaker, former Vice President Al Gore is going to be speaking, Al Gore Jr., and Mayor Jeff Mason are going to be speaking. And we think this is going to be an exciting banquet. And we are opening this up to the public this year. So you don't have to be a chamber member to come. You can also be involved in this if you would like to come. All you have to do is call the chamber at 615-735-2093, and we will be able to tell you how you can get tickets. We also will have some postings online, and there'll be some other information that'll be available about it. But we're looking forward to an exciting time. Going to be a delicious meal and a dinner that's served that night. And we'll have some other folks that we're going to recognize in the community. So we hope that you'll join us on May the 23rd for our 50th anniversary annual dinner for the Smith County Chamber of Commerce. Folks, we're honored to be here with some of our chamber members, and these guys, they have got a beautiful restaurant. If you have not been to El Corral in Gordonsville, you need to come here and have a meal. It is outstanding. Would you guys introduce yourselves? Tell them who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Jessica Rodriguez. I'm one of the managers here.
I'm Fabian Rodriguez, Jessica's father, and she's been working here, taking care of the business, and we appreciate the community, all the support it's given us.
Yeah, well, hey, it's great to have y'all's restaurant here. Now, I know, well, tell us a little bit about the restaurant itself. You got a full service menu. Instead of me talking, you tell us what you got.
Yeah, so we have like a full service menu. We're more like a Tex-Mex type of restaurant. You know, we have the chimichangas, fajitas, we have the margaritas, you know, guacamole. We're a little bit of everything here. We've been here for what, 10 years?
13 years.
13 years, so we don't plan on going nowhere, so
Yeah,
we've been here.
Very well accepted in the community. I know everybody I know that lives around me, they eat here and they love your restaurant. So
Yeah, I
it's great.
appreciate the support and everything. Yeah, we feel like we've gained the support in the community slowly, but really,
Yeah.
really happy to be here.
Well, and I like your menu. I haven't had anything bad here at all ever. It's all been great, and I started to naming stuff. But the lunch one I always like the Speedy Gonzalez.
Sweet Gonzalez, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a pretty popular plate during lunchtime.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a lunch menu, these guys have got it great, and then you've got a great evening menu too.
Yes.
And I think in the evenings I've had chimichangas and.
Yeah, for the evening you have like more of the family come in, so they'll order like fajitas for two, or chimichangas are pretty popular plate after the school lets out. It's the chicken, cheese, and rice. Everybody out of high school comes here and ends up getting that. But yeah, we have a little bit of everything. We have the happy hour from 3 to 6 every day.
So,
Yeah.
well, the restaurant itself, I'm going to ask you some. How many people can you serve? Say, if it was a busy time.
It was today, how many?
About 180 people
Okay.
be sitting inside.
Okay, and that's probably, in my opinion, probably the largest restaurant here in Smith County.
Well, and then we the best one.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, the people they voted us to be the best Mexican restaurant around here in the county, and we really appreciate it what they voted for us. And we're here to serve the community, and we glad to be here.
Well, and you're right off the interstate. I mean, we're on exit 258, so if you're looking for it, it's right off exit 258. And I'm sure you get a lot of folks coming in off of the interstate too.
Yes, sir. Most of it is the communities around here. We got people from Brush Creek, from Cookville, from Lebanon. We got a lot of people that drive all the way here
Yeah.
to eat fresh, good Mexican food. Because the difference we make everything fresh every day. Every day we do fresh everything. So
Well, and I know you're moved now. You've been in the new building has it been a year?
almost a year.
It'll be a
Yeah,
year, April 17th.
Yeah, and I know you had a lot smaller place before, and the food was still great down there, and I'm sure it's easier for you now. But we came here to talk about Cinco de Mayo. You got something going on?
Oh yeah,
de
Cinco
Mayo?
de Mayo. That's like our most busiest day of the year. Usually we'll have T-shirts. We'll have a mariachi band coming in the afternoon, but it's like an all-day celebration, you know. So
Well,
Yes.
we'll be giving away hats this year and shirts like we always do. But yeah, we're just excited to see everybody here on Cinco de Mayo.
okay, well, you come by and celebrate with them. And thank you so much for allowing us to come here and do our program today.
No,
sir.
thank you. We appreciate that.
And the mariachi start around 5 o'clock, probably Cinco de Mayo, and stay here to midnight.
Okay, so you're gonna. It's a party.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it's
Yes,
a
sir.
party.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, come and party with us.
All right, thank you.
Okay, well, we have had some folks stop by here. We're at the El Corral restaurant, and I had a good meal here. I believe you did too.
I did.
Yeah, it's great. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you with.
My name is Stephanie Winfrey. I am here today representing Smith County Events Committee.
Okay, and the events committee has got something going on called Field Day. Is that right?
Yes,
You want
it's
to talk about that?
yeah, it's a community field day. We started it last year. It is a fundraiser and community event. The fundraiser portion is booth fees and competition fees go towards helping us put on our back to school bash that gives school supplies out to Smith County students that need them, and then it also helps us fundraise for Hometown Halloween that happens in downtown Carthage annually.
Okay, well now, last year you gave away you had the back to school bash. I can't remember if you had it at the courthouse or the Ag Center. Was it the courthouse?
It was at the courthouse, and this year it's moving to the chamber.
Okay, we're going to have it at the chamber this year. Okay, and basically you give away any kind of school supplies, backpack, and pencils and things of that nature.
Yeah, so we
Something-
tailor it to these county school supply lists, and so that's what the Community Field Day is fundraising for. At Community Field Day, there is going to be, of course, field day competitions, which you can register for. It's just $5 to participate in those, and then there is a handmade market and a community yard sale that will be set up. All of this is happening at Crump Harris Park this year, not at the Ag Center, so it's going to be more towards the road and more grassy space and open area for us to have the field day competitions and things. And hopefully by then, the new Kids Central Park will be up and running.
Okay, well now, is there a sign up or anything like that?
There is. So if you go to either our website or our Facebook, there are links to sign up and register for all of those and to sign up for the different booth spaces that are available.
Okay, all right. Also, we got some other things going on in May. Tennessee Maneuvers, they're doing a public event from 10 to 4 at the courthouse, and they got an 8-stop self-guided tour that's going on.
That's pretty
And
cool.
It's Teresa Bush is the person that's heading that up, and if anybody wanted to ask about that, they could call the chamber. Also, just to mention, River City Ball is May the 11th at Catisa Farms, and they still have some tickets available on their Facebook page. So
They do. I am the red carpet photographer at that, so if you go, I'll see you there too.
Okay, so that's going on May the 11th, and that's a big event. It takes place at Catisa Farms, and it's been phenomenal every year. So, but getting back to Field Day, I think we need to emphasize the fact that it raises money for the Back to School Bash, and you do that in the late.
Tax-free weekend,
Summer.
usually this year, because tax-free weekend, I still don't even know if it's out yet, but it wasn't when we needed to set the date. We're doing it the very last weekend in July, because that's usually when tax-free weekend is, so.
Okay, so you're letting them, they can get benefit of both of those.
Yeah.
And I know one year there was a very expensive calculator that they were needing, and I think you guys were able to supply that for them too.
Yeah, we donated, I think it was 10 or 12 to Smith County High School and 8 to the alternative school. That way they had class sets they could lend out to students who needed them.
Okay.
Those are the TI-84 calculators. This year we are working on, for the Back to School Bash, if we can raise enough funds to have a system in place, a fund in place where families, if they need additional help outside of what they were able to get at the Back to School Bash, can put in an application for us to get them Walmart gift cards or Amazon gift cards to get things that they couldn't get at the supply giveaway.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else? We good?
I think that's it. I think
You're
we're good.
advertising for one of our chamber members, Stephanie McCaleb.
That's not me. That's a different Stephanie.
So anyway, well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're still here at El Corral, and we have another guest. If you would introduce yourself, tell them who you're with.
I'm Nikki Beal, and I'm with the Friends of Edgar Evans State Park.
Okay, and that is a really good group. I know we have a Friends at Cordell Hall, and they do, and I'll let you, and I know you got an event we're going to talk about, but those groups, they do things that the Corps of Engineers and the government agencies can't do to help support the park and make it better for people that are visiting.
Right.
Did I get that pretty
You
close?
did. You got it right.
All right. Well, what event do you have going on?
We have the Celebration of Spring Fling on May the 11th, and that'll be from 9 to 4. We have crafters, vendors. It also coincides with another event called Waterpalooza. So Caney Fork Outdoors will have kayaks on site that they'll be demoing, which will be really neat. So we have Bob Tater's Animal Show at 1 o'clock. The TWRA trailer will be there for people to go in and see the animal exhibits. But yeah, Simply Sourdough Tennessee, Brandy's Lemonade, Red Silo Brewery, and the crafters are outrageous.
Yeah, well, that's a good list that you just mentioned on the food trucks.
Oh yeah,
And Miss Janice Martin there with Caney Fork Outdoors, she's a great lady too.
she is.
But okay, now this, what day does it happen on again?
May the 11th, it's a Saturday.
Okay, it's on a Saturday and
Yes.
it starts at
9 to 4.
9 o'clock till 4 in the afternoon.
Yes.
And basically, you get off at the Buffalo Valley exit if you're coming. Well,
If you're
either
coming
direction.
from Nashville, you would take the Buffalo Valley Center Hill Dam exit, and that will dead end you right into the park.
Right, because you hit that four-way stop and you're right there at Janice's place,
Yes.
Caney Fork Outdoors. And then you just go up the hill, and of course, all of it's taking place in the park. Now, there is a large tower there, an observation tower, but you go past that, right?
You'll go past that. That's at the first stop sign. That's where the park office is. So you'll also go through a second stop sign, and then you'll come to a Y. If you turn right at the Y, you end up in the campground. If you turn left, then your very next right are the ramps. And we'll be at ramp 1, overlooking the lake, overlooking the kayak demos. There are real bathrooms there. And we're going to have some nice food and some really great people with their handmade crafts.
Okay. If somebody wanted to be involved in Friends of what is Friends of Center Hill or
Friends of Edgar Evans
Edgar
State
Evans
Park.
State Park, how would they get in touch with somebody or join it? How would they do that?
Well, we're going to have a meeting this Saturday at 11 o'clock at the Interpretive Center. Just call the park office. The phone number is widely available, but I can't tell it to you. And just ask them when our next meeting is
Okay.
and show up. We have trail building. We have the History Hayride. We're going to reinstitute that for this fall. Numerous projects around the park that can always use some help.
Yeah, and there's a lot of history there. I think Center Hill Dam, which is that's where the park is around, was completed, I think 1946 or 7 or something like that. So it's been a while
Yeah.
since it was instituted.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a good place. Well, Ms. Beal, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And if you want to come back sometime, you got anything else going on, let us know because we're interested.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Another guest here at our day at El Corral, and Ms. Leslie, tell them, I know you're with an organization right now, but tell them about your business first.
Well, I'd be glad to. So I am the owner and proprietor of Leslie Smith Bookkeeping, LLC. We have an idea of how we can fix your business puzzle. So if you need any help, feel free to let us know. We're available on Google, or you can give us a call at 615-596-7845. We also offer notary services.
Okay, and obviously Leslie Smith is your name.
That's me.
But you're here representing another organization today.
That is correct. Near and dear to my heart is the Carthage Breakfast Rotary, and we're both members.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. And we have a fundraiser coming up. So let me tell you a little bit about our semi-annual pancake breakfast. It's going to be May the 17th and 18th. On the Friday morning, it's going to be from 6 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And on Saturday morning, it's going to be from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. We're going to be at the Smith County Chamber of Commerce there on the lawn. Yours truly will be flipping the pancakes. Come on by. Our tickets will be available starting at April the 10th. You can get those from one of your favorite Rotary members,
right.
or you can stop by the Smith County Chamber of Commerce. The tickets are $7 a piece, and children under 4 eat free. If you're in person, it's an all-you-can-eat pancake goodness buffet. If you get it to go, it can be all you should eat. We have delivery available as well, and we welcome all walk-ins. We'll be raising some funds for a couple of things, Bill, and those couple of things are our 2 scholarships that the Carthage Breakfast Rotary provides to a high school senior, one to each of our local high schools each year. In order to be eligible to submit a application for these scholarships, you must be a member of the Interact Club. And if you'd like to find out more about being a member of the Interact Club, you can see your guidance counselor for more information.
Okay, and that pretty well covers it. We've done this pancake breakfast as long as I can remember, and we still have people brag on how well it tastes. So if you're wondering, well, it's a community service club.
Oh,
and
but
they
it's
cook.
good.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's really
good.
good. You'll be surprised. So you need to buy you a ticket and come by, and you can come by the Chamber of Commerce. If I'm not there, the ladies there, they'll have some of the tickets. And of course, you can see Leslie or any other Rotary member. And we would love to have you come by. It goes for these scholarships, and that's a wonderful thing to help these kids out.
Absolutely. So glad to be part of this community event. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you. Okay, we got all kind of nice people coming by today, and tell them who you are and who you with.
I am Martha Hinton, and I'm with the Pregnancy Resource Center of Smith County. And I want to talk today, thank you, about our fish fry. Actually, you can get fish or chicken, and Helen's out of Gainesboro is going to be doing our cooking. It's $15 a pre-sale and then $18 at the door. All the proceeds go to the Smith County Pregnancy Center. And you can purchase a ticket at any of our local banks, drugstores, at the chamber, or from any of the board members or myself at the Pregnancy Center.
Okay, well now, Pregnancy Help Center, actually it's Pregnancy Resource Center.
Yes, we've changed it.
You need to tell a little bit about what you guys do and what's
Okay.
going on with it.
Well, the reason we changed it from the Help Center to the Resource Center is because now we are going medical. We're going to be offering ultrasounds, prenatal exams, prenatal vitamins, things like that for our community. So I'm really excited about the growth in our center.
Oh, and I'm sure you have people that come
Yes.
and use the services.
Yes.
In fact, I remember, I don't know how long ago it was, but someone was in there and they were getting baby clothes and diapers, and I think you have car seats. And
We
there's
do.
a lot of things you do. to help with.
Yes, that's thanks to some of the Rotary funding. But yes, we have car seats, diapers, clothes, food, and formula are always free to anyone. All kinds of resources for babies. And
Okay.
then we give a lot of support, a lot of educational support and just emotional support.
Right. Well, and the day I was there, I don't know if this is normal, but the day I was there, Mama and Daddy was there with the baby.
We love it when mamas and dads come in. We have, we serve dads, we serve single moms, we serve families, we serve grandparents, anybody needing help from prenatal to age 2.
Age 2, and then once they reach age 2, I think Stevens Center can take over.
Yes, we work really well with them.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of resources here in the
Yes,
county.
so many resources.
Well, again, getting back to the fish fry, it is what date?
It is on April the 26th from 4 until 7 p.m. and we'll be at your place at the chamber.
All right, they'll be at the chamber. That's 939 Upper Ferry Road in Carthage. And if you don't know where that's at, just go till you see Walmart and then turn left.
Across from the Dollar Tree, right?
Across from the Dollar Tree, yeah. These famous landmarks.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, Martha, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Bill. It's good to see you.
It's always a pleasure to have the folks from UT Extension here. So, Katie, tell them who you are, how they get in touch with you, and what you do.
Absolutely. Katie Martin, Ag Agent and County Director for UT Extension Smith County. We're so glad to join you and tell you a little bit about what's been going on, what's coming up in the future in the ag, family and consumer science, and 4-H side of things. In the ag side of things, we actually have a whole lot of events coming up soon. So April 23rd, we have one of our quarterly beef and forage meetings. We're going to have Rebecca Norman from Rutherford County come talk to us about how to unlock your hay's potential. So cutting that hay at the right time, doing our forage tests so we know what kind of nutritional value that hay has so we can match it up with our beef cattle needs appropriately. I think it's going to be a really great night, and we've got a free meal for you. So make sure to call the extension office ahead of time so we can get an accurate head count for that event. In May, we've got another Lunch and Learn. We just had our first Lunch and Learn of the year, a beekeeping Lunch and Learn that went over really well. And in May, we're going to be talking small space gardening and strawberries. So if you're getting excited to garden, if you grow strawberries or would like to grow strawberries, this will be a great one to sit in on. And then we've got one scheduled for June and August as well. So if you want to get on our list for those or want to find out more information, again, you can call the office at 615-735-2900. And then a little bit farther out, but an event I'm always really excited about, is our Women in Ag Summit that our Upper Cumberland Extension team puts on. This year it will be in Livingston, so in Overton County, but we've got some great speakers, great breakout sessions, good food, good company lined up. It's just a great day to really promote and empower women that are involved in agriculture, whether you are a farm mom or farm wife, or whether you are a farmer yourself or involved in an agribusiness. It's a great way to connect and network and gain ideas from one another. So we definitely want you to save that date for May 30th, and we'll be having flyers and social media posts and news articles and all that stuff coming out soon, so you can get all of the details. But that's one that if you are a farm woman in Smith County, we really would love to have you come out to that event. As always, if you have any agriculture, lawn, garden questions, we are here to help at the Extension office. You can reach me by email at kclark54@utk.edu, or you can always call the office at 615-735-2900.
Okay. And Katie, this is obviously spring.
Yep.
So a lot of people are planting things, and what's the thing to be planting right now?
Sure.
What's going on with that?
Well, one thing to remember is we're not technically out of our frost-free clearance. You may want to hold off on those tender plants for just a couple more weeks, unless you're willing to go out and cover them if we've got some frost in the forecast. But it's a great time to be planting some of those cooler crops, lettuce, cool flowers, and then if you start seeds inside like I do, you can be starting some of those tender plants inside so that in 3-4 weeks, when the weather hopefully warms up and we're past that frost-free date, you'll be able to have those seedlings ready and kind of get a jump start on the season. So now's kind of a great time to get your hands in the dirt, buy some of your seedlings or buy some of your seeds to start yourself. But we are just kind of right on that cusp of getting everything ready and in the ground for our summer gardens.
Okay, and I know you got some publications for me. I want to try to plant native species.
Yeah.
And so you can give people advice on that. And there's a lot of really nice plants that are native to Tennessee that you can use to landscape your yard with.
Absolutely. We have some good publications that have some of the lists of those native species to Tennessee and even the Middle Tennessee area. And one great opportunity coming up is a plant sale that the Wilson County Master Gardeners are going to host at Cedars of Lebanon State Park. I think it's May 18th, but if you're specifically interested in natives, they're supposed to have over 130 varieties of different natives to Tennessee, so that would be a great place to check out if you're looking to purchase some of those plants.
Okay, so they'll actually have them on sale there.
That's right.
That's a wonderful idea. I think I'll need to go down
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Well, now, you guys do so many things, and I know you're not 4-H now, but you used to be, and we've got a young man that we're very proud of. I think you want to introduce him?
That's right. I'm always happy to throw it over to one of our outstanding Smith County 4-H'ers, so please stay tuned for In the Wild with Gabe Harville.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gabe Harville, and welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. This year, Tennessee will experience a very uncommon, naturally occurring event, a solar eclipse. While only small portions of Tennessee will experience totality, in this episode I'll go over what causes a solar eclipse and its interesting effects upon animals. For starters, what exactly is a solar eclipse? The National Aeronautics and Space Administration says a solar eclipse occurs whenever the moon passes between Earth and the sun. And while only the northwest portion of Tennessee will experience totality when the moon completely blocks out the sun, the entire state is bound to see its effects. Alright everyone, it's about 1:30 on April 8th and the solar eclipse is just beginning. Right now all the animal action appears normal. The birds are still singing, the bees are still buzzing, and all the animals are running around as if nothing is about to happen. We'll see how that changes as the solar eclipse progresses. And as I can tell with my specially designed solar eclipse glasses, the moon is about halfway covering the sun. Like I said, we'll see how it progresses as it gets darker and darker. Before the eclipse began, our cows started to lay down. Was this a midday rest or because of the solar eclipse? Only they know. Alright, it's now 1:48 and I've started to notice the animals shifting into their late afternoon activities. All the birds are beginning to feed before they have to go to roost, and while we know that they won't have to go to roost for too long, they have started to shift into that behavior. I've also noticed that the bees are beginning to congregate around their hives, and I'll show you this later. Thankfully we have an abundance of carpenter bees around our woodworking shop, so I'll be sure to show off their behavior during the eclipse. But right now it's covering up about 3/4 of the sun, the moon is, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens when we get into the darker part of the solar eclipse. During solar eclipses, animals have been observed to exhibit abnormal behaviors. For example, spiders will tear down their webs and bees will stop buzzing. In this picture, and I know it's of terrible quality and I apologize to you all, but those white specks in the grass are our ducks, and during the 2017 eclipse they were heading to their nighttime bedding spots. So it's 1:57 right now, and you can really tell something is going on. It may not be the best looking on camera, but with a human eye, the light has really been diluted. Another thing I've noticed is our chickens are starting to gather around their coop. And this is exactly what they did whenever the 2017 eclipse occurred. So maybe as it progresses, we'll actually get to see them going inside the coop and getting ready to bed down for the night. I mentioned earlier that all the bees would quit buzzing, and usually this is a bee hotspot, but there's none to be found now. I'm starting to think these animals know more about the solar eclipse than us humans do. You can see there is the solar eclipse just behind those clouds. That may get as dark as we can visibly see, but you can really tell a hush is falling over the land. The crickets have started singing, and so have the frogs. I'm not sure if you all can hear it, but even the birds have begun to say goodnight to each other. I'm gonna conduct an experiment here in a little bit and see how the fish bite during a solar eclipse. But the effects you can really see. Y'all forgive me if the audio is bad, but I've had to sit you down, that way I can conduct this. Everyone knows how most of the animals on land react, but I've yet to experience how those underwater behave during a solar eclipse. So here we go. Just using a crawfish lure. Let's see how they do. I learned today that the fishing during the solar eclipse was really unchanged. I'd been told that it was great during the 2017 eclipse, but as I learned from catching this one red-eye, our underwater residents didn't really care. Overall, the effects of this solar eclipse were far outmatched by the one that happened in 2017. However, its effects upon animals could still be seen. Solar eclipses are very rare natural phenomena, so I encourage you all to get outside and take a look at this spectacular event. Until next time, I'm Gabe Harville, and I hope to see you in the wild. Hello everybody, I'm Gabe Harville, and welcome back to another episode of In the Wild. Happy spring! This year restarted. What are you doing, Ruby? Fat cat. Solar eclipses are very rare. I already said that. Testing.
Our folks from UT Extension always come and support us, and Rachel, I'm so glad to have you here. You're a native-born Smith County in here, so you probably know everything about Smith County. Anyway, introduce yourself, and I've already said you were UT Extension.
Yes, I'm Rachel Petty. I'm the 4-H agent at the UT Extension office.
Okay, now 4-H is in each one of the schools, is that correct?
Yes, so we meet all the elementary schoolers usually once a month, 4th through 6th grade. We're in all of the classrooms in Smith County, and we meet with most of the 7th and 8th graders too. There's a couple The Gordonsville Junior High, we're not in yet, but the others, we hit the 7th and 8th grade, and then high schoolers can participate kind of on a voluntary basis if they want to come back and do stuff with us. We've got a lot of cool opportunities for our senior high kiddos too.
Okay, and if you're out there and you say, well, my child's not in school, I'm homeschooling them, you have programs for that too.
Absolutely. We have a really big homeschool group. Just this year has grown a lot. We've got about 30 families that participate in that, and we've actually got families from surrounding counties that come to Smith County to do our homeschool group. So we're glad to see that grow, and a lot of those kids are super involved and kind of do everything that we offer.
Okay, well now, and I'm asking you a question. I hope I'm not asking out of line, but where do you usually meet for homeschool?
So our homeschool group usually meets at the Smith County Ag Center. This year we've tried to keep it consistent when we can. The last Tuesday of the month, and we try to meet at 10 o'clock, and it is open to any homeschool student.
Okay, so all they got to do is I've heard it so much, 615-735-2900.
That's it,
right?
yes.
Yeah, and they can get the information on
Absolutely.
that and find out. And then, of course, the kids in the school, they just sign up while they're there.
Right, we come to them in the public schools, yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add to what's going on?
So summer camp is kind of our big focus right now. Camp signups actually just started the first of this month. So this Monday we started camp signups. I think we've already had about 15 kids sign up for camp, so they were ready to go. But signups will continue through May the 17th or until we get full. We can take between 50 and 60 campers, kind of depending on how the numbers shake out. We can take 60 total, and that includes adult leaders because it takes a lot of those good volunteers to have a successful camp week. But we do still have several spots available. Our junior camp is for our 4th through 6th grade 4-Hers. So anybody in 4th through 6th grade can come to camp with us, and the cost is $350. We have scholarships available, and we're going to camp in Crossville the second week of June. So signups continue until we're full or until May the 17th. So we would love to have your kiddos camp with us through 4-H this summer.
Okay, and that's a full week.
It is, yep. We leave on a Monday. We meet at the Ag Center. We take a bus together to Crossville, and then we get back on a Friday morning.
Okay, and of course, you just answered my question. Transportation is provided?
So transportation is provided for that one. That's included in that cost. You get a t-shirt as well that includes all the lodging, all the meals at camp, and there's a ton of fun activities for the kids to do. There's an Olympic-sized swimming pool at camp. There's a zip line. There's an archery range and a rifle range. Lots of hiking trails. There's a lake where they can kayak and paddleboard. There's a catfish pond. So if you're outdoorsy, camp is the perfect place for you.
Yeah, it sounds like a great trip.
I've never been to camp. This will be my first year at camp. I was always too scared to go as a kid. So I'm going to go to camp for the first time, and I'm really excited about it too.
I'm sure you'll have a good time. All right, well, Rachel, thank you very much.
Of course.
Miss Mary, you are with FCE, and well, I tell you what, let you introduce yourself, tell them who you are and who you're with.
Okay, I'm Mary Draper. I'm the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent here in Smith County, and I'm also the FCE Advisor, so that stands for Family and Community Education.
Okay, and I know you've got a lot of different clubs, and I know they do a lot of different things. In fact, one of your clubs, or no, actually more than one of your clubs, helps keep the front of the courthouse kind of decorated and with flowers in those flower pots there.
Yes, and actually our Carthage Club just today changed them out for the spring. I saw pictures of them and they look beautiful, so definitely go by and check them out. We have a lot of things dealing with FCE in April. We have our annual rally in April, and that's a chance for all of our clubs to get together and celebrate their many accomplishments throughout the year. We have a fun time. We have a colossal cake contest, and that's always a good time. I love judging those or tasting them. We have a expert judge to judge them, but I love to taste them. We also have a fashion review that day and cultural arts entry, so it's a good time had by all. We also are doing our chair volleyball in April. We're having scrimmages against Wilson County FCE. So if you've never played chair volleyball, it's really a fun time. You just have to stay in your chair, which sounds easy, but it can be a challenge when you're competitive. And we don't actually play with real volleyball. We have a beach ball, but that's a fun opportunity as well. So if you're interested in joining one of our FCE clubs, we would definitely love you to call the office for more information, and that number is 615-735-2900.
Okay, and FCE clubs do a lot in the county. They're involved in a lot of things, and I think you have two groups that actually meet at the chamber.
We do, 2 or 3. We have multiple ones that keep on meeting at the chamber. It's a great central location, but we do have them all across the county, so from Defeated to Gordonsville and everywhere in between. We also have some that meet at night in case you are a working individual and can't make time throughout the day.
And are you still doing the Tai Chi classes?
Yes, we are doing Tai Chi. We do it actually in conjunction with the Senior Center. And so we do different exercise programs. We are just starting our Walk Across Tennessee program. And I'm really excited. I think we're going to do Drums Alive with the Senior Center coming up soon. So that's where you drum on these big kind of yoga balls. And it's a fun time as well. So if you're interested in any of those exercise opportunities, definitely give us a call.
Okay, well, thank you, Mary, for coming by.
Thank you for having me, Bill.
Folks, we hope you enjoyed the show. We'll look for you next month. Until then, may God bless, and we'll see you.